Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Common Christianity. Out here in my garden today, just want to share a quick thought with you. I love doing a garden for a number of reasons, but one of them is because Jesus talked about gardening a lot. He compared so many things to nature around him, and the parable of the sower and sowing seeds is one of my favorites. The wheat and the tares is another one that I really like. But I want to show you a quick comparison. Down there you got my zucchinis. They're down there. They started out as a seed. You've got a couple rows of green beans here. They started out as a seed. And next to it, you're going to notice, any of you that know what you're looking at, you're going to notice some weeds spread out in here. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, that's a green bean. That's a weed. Green bean, weed. Green bean, weed. Weed, green bean. Weed, green bean. Little standalone volunteer weeds over here around absolutely nothing else of any good. Okay? And I'm showing this to you because, like I said, I started this all as seeds. 3 weeks ago, there was really nothing in here except for loose soil. That's it. The weeds, however, I cleared out of here 3 or 4 days ago. And in that amount of time, they've grown to be almost the exact same size as things I planted 3 weeks ago. And I was standing here just marveling at how fast weeds grow. Like Monsanto and all these people that engineer seeds and weeds and all that, man, if you could make like corn and green beans grow as fast as whatever these weeds are in my garden, as fast as a dandelion, world hunger would completely go away. But it just doesn't work that way. Weeds just grow faster. I don't know why. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a real farmer. I'm a backyard gardener. That's all I am. But I know it's the truth. So that really made me think about the fruits of the Spirit. Galatians 5:20, if you don't know where they're at. But, the love, the joy, the peace, the patience, the kindness, gentleness, goodness, self-control, these things take a long time in my heart to grow. They're kind of like the green beans you see here, and if you look over here, you're going to notice it. Apparently my fencing has not been working too well, and I've had some bunnies helping themselves. Like, anything good in my heart, not only does it take time, but there's always something coming out, feeling like it's coming out to stop the good from growing. However, the weeds, which let's just say they're the works of the flesh, the envy, the jealousy, the bitterness, the greed, the covetousness, the lust, the bad stuff that I don't really want, man, it just seems to grow way faster. And I've got to work really hard to keep that stuff at bay. And sometimes, no matter how hard I work, there were supposed to be other seeds right here that just simply didn't come up. And that's kind of how I feel like the good stuff in my heart is sometimes. Like, I try, and I feel like I do stuff right, but I just don't get the fruit I'm looking for. And that's why I'm pretty well desperately dependent on Jesus, because he's a much better gardener than I am. And I'm trusting him to do something good in my life, in my heart. While I'm here on this earth, I need him to help me grow the good stuff. But sitting back doing nothing, these weeds are going to take over. Anyone who's ever gardened knows the weeds are going to take over if you do nothing. And so I think our hearts and our lives are the same way. We've got to work really hard, and we've got to really let Jesus work to do the love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, the good stuff. But if you sit back and do nothing, if you're passive, your heart's going to be taken over with weeds. Anger, envy, strife, bitterness, all that stuff in no time at all. So, as I heard on Sunday at church, that we've got to work really hard to guard our hearts because there's always an enemy out there to destroy them. I encourage you today to kind of take a look at your heart, see if you got some weeds, get to work. All right, God bless.